Hi there, Evil Space Bunny here with Akliz hosting, and the other day I had the very special privilege of getting to talk to Joefoxe, the creator of the mod Hexerei. We had an amazing conversation about how he got into mod development and how his magic mod blew up. Please enjoy this conversation, and if you would like to join us on the next one, please follow our Twitch at twitch.tv/Akliz hosting, and you can join us in asking questions with our next mod developer or mod pack developers. Thanks. Hi, everybody. My name's Evil Space Bunny, and today I'm with Joefoxe. How are you, Joe?
Hello. I'm doing good. Great.
Great. Good to hear that. So you are the mod developer of Hexerei, the sole developer, correct?
Yeah, it is just me. Nobody else works on this. Yeah, like I do absolutely everything from the coding to the art to the modeling, everything. So, yeah.
Very nice. Very nice. That's exciting. And yeah, I absolutely adore your mod, but I'm also
Thank
partial
you.
to magic mods.
Yeah, magic mods are very cool.
They're very, very cool. And let's see here. I'm gonna turn you up just a tad. But so let's get started and let's get to know you here. So what do you like to do for fun and what are some of your hobbies?
Well, this is it. This is my hobby. I pretty much code all day, every day. Uh, I mean, I game. I play games with friends. Usually it's Minecraft.
Yeah.
Um, I have been playing some Raft recently. That's
Oh
been pretty
yeah.
fun.
I love
Uh,
Raft. It just came out with
yeah.
the final chapter. Yeah.
Yep. So we just got to that part. So the next time we play, we're gonna probably get into the final chapter. So that'll be fun.
Nice. Very nice. Well, that's good to
Yeah.
hear. So you're basically full-time developer on
Yeah.
your mod right now.
Yep.
Correct. Perfect.
Yep. I work on it all day, every day, and pretty much all night
Yeah, from looking
as
at your
well.
from looking at your Discord activity this morning, I was genuinely surprised. I was like, he's up at 5 a.m. his time and he's still
Yep.
working.
Spent some time working on some pretty cool glasses adding to the mod. So yeah,
Nice.
it's definitely worth staying up for.
They look great, and we'll get into those a little bit later.
Yeah.
So how did you get into gaming? How did you get started there?
So pretty much all my life I've been gaming. I think my first console was probably the Nintendo 64. Um,
Good console,
I
good
think,
console.
yeah, we played a lot of Smash Bros, probably mostly Smash Bros. Um, some Diddy Kong Racing, all of that stuff. It got us really hooked into it, hooked into gaming. And I think that's really like where my passion of wanting to be a developer came from.
That's fair. That's totally understandable. I think a lot of people, playing games, it drives them towards some sort of like game development at the end of the day or
Yeah,
something involved with video games, right?
yeah,
Who
definitely.
who's your main in Smash?
I would say probably Kirby.
Yeah.
Um, yeah, I play a lot of Kirby.
Nice, nice.
Yeah. Donkey Kong.
I was a
Donkey-
Pikachu or Jigglypuff main.
Yep, yep. Pikachu is pretty good. I like playing Pikachu too.
It's all about that down B, baby.
Yup.
I want to throw this out there. Quick reminder: if you guys have questions for Joe, please throw them in the chat, and Arcana or Dark Arcana rather, will grab them and he'll get them for us, and we'll save those for the very end. And but yeah, so let's switch over to Minecraft. So you've been gaming all your entire life. How did you get into Minecraft? What dragged you into Minecraft?
Um, well, I think it was back in like senior year of high school around then. Back in 2012. Uh, some friends were just like talking about this, block game where you could build stuff, and I was like, yeah, that sounds pretty cool. And back in beta, um, yeah, so we were working on different contraptions you can make. I figured out redstone, and since I was already a kind of programmer, um, in working on different game designing stuff, I really got hooked on redstone. So I liked it way too much. I built tons of contraptions. I built contraptions that was too big for your world to handle. Uh,
Breaking servers, breaking the
yeah,
world.
breaking the world, just yeah, craziness. Um, and I I went into college and I kind of like dropped out of playing Minecraft. Um, but I think kind of recently, I think it was back in uh 1.14.4 is when
Yeah.
I came back into Minecraft.
Okay.
And started playing vanilla again. And then I started playing vanilla like a lot. Like that's all I would play. I got back into redstone, like found out all these new redstone things I could make, and I'm like, oh my god, I can't stop. So
You're like all the new
uh
things. I
yeah,
have to
all the
learn
new things,
it.
I must make them. And then there was one time I spent 3 months building a mini game with like a brain of redstone,
Oh
and
wow.
yeah, it was very crazy.
Was it
uh
worth it? Was it like
it
the
was it
coolest
was
thing?
worth it. It
Nice.
was definitely the coolest thing. It was definitely the coolest. I wish I had like more screenshots and videos and whatnot, uh, of people playing it, but
Yeah.
yeah, it
Maybe
was.
maybe you can remake it somehow or make it
Yeah,
magical.
make it into a mod.
Ooh,
A
make it into a
new
mod.
a new improved version of it.
It'd be like Joe Fox's crazy contraptions or something. That'd be
Yep,
cool.
exactly.
So, what are some of your favorite features when it comes to Minecraft as a whole?
Well, I just like that you're able to do pretty much whatever you want. Like it's a complete sandbox game. You can make and build whatever you want. It's what you make it. Um,
Yeah.
and I I love everything about that. And the fact that all the mods are so diverse and they can add pretty much whatever they want, and that it can react fine with Minecraft, which is great for like the creator's ability to produce what they envision and what they feel like they want to be added to Minecraft or whatever. Is super cool to me. Like
Yeah.
I absolutely love that.
Yeah, it is kind of make what you want of it, and like your imagination is definitely the limit there.
Yeah.
So with that being said, since it's all magical and wonderful, what are some of your biggest issues when it comes to Minecraft as a whole?
Um. So since since I play a lot of modded, there's a lot more items. And even in normal vanilla Minecraft, over the years they've added a ton more items, a bunch of different block variants and all of that.
Yeah.
Yet we still have the same inventory. and that leads to managing that. And that is really a difficult situation. It's not really the easiest to solve,
Hmm.
but it's something that needs to be solved, I think. Um, Even though the inventory has been the same way for, 10 years,
Yeah.
it's gonna be a very, very hard thing to um like tackle, but I think it's definitely something that they need to tackle.
Do you think Mojang will ever actually try to attempt to tackle it?
I mean, they've attempted with the bundles.
Hmm.
Um Attempted with the bundles. it it was it was a try, and I think they're going in the right direction where it needs to be an item. I think that they can't just add some more slots. It's too late for that.
Yeah. There's no going back.
I Yeah, exactly. I think something like I heard someone talking about this on stream a while back, where it was like the shulker boxes. I think it's like the advanced shulker boxes mod, where it just allows you to open them like they were a backpack, but then you're also able to
Oh.
place them down. So it's like if they just made something that you could upgrade the shulker boxes with, where you're then able to open them without placing them down, giving them the backpack ability.
Yeah.
um, I think that is like honestly a really, really great change,
Yeah.
um, because being able to access items through your inventory without having to place down stuff and check, like, is it this shulker box, is it this shulker box, um, I think that honestly would be like a perfect change. Like if they did an end update and added that
Hmm.
as some sort of drop that you can get, I think that would be great.
That would be a nice feature, honestly. Yeah.
Yeah.
Just a little change, just a little right direction.
Yeah. Yep. Exactly. Exactly.
So, I know you're obsessed with Redstone and vanilla. When did you get into modded, and what's your favorite part about the modded community?
Um. So I got into modded in pretty much 116, like at the very start of 116. Um, And so I played like some 114 mod packs, which weren't really that great because 114 wasn't really the time of mods to be alive,
No.
or mod packs or anything. Uh, so once I got to like the 116 mod packs and everything, mods, it was so much better. I was like, this is great. I'm hooked. um, And so, once I finally got into modded, and I was like, no, I'm a vanilla guy. I like Redstone for the longest time.
Yeah.
I'm not doing mods. And then, now here I am, a mod developer.
It's funny how that
So,
works,
you
right?
yeah, exactly. Uh, so yeah, I think the era of 116 is really where it turned me into the developer that I am, because I saw enough mods, like Create, for instance. That mod inspired me immensely to want to be able to make something like that.
That's
Um,
cool. That's very
yeah,
cool. Yeah.
yeah, absolutely. Um, and yeah, I just I wanted to make my own mod, and then I saw Vault Hunters, and that that I think was the final straw. I think that's what tipped me over the edge.
That's
um,
fair. That's fair. It's a good
yeah,
mod.
so
Go ahead.
yeah, I wanted to make my own version for my friends, so I started, editing the mod pack, tweaking it up a little bit to make it easier for us because at first, Vault Hunters was very like streamer oriented. Like you had
Yeah.
to be a streamer, you had to have Twitch integration, stuff like that.
Right.
And I wanted to like remove that and make it easier for like my friends who, you know, aren't very great at hardcore Minecraft stuff. They're better now that we've played a lot of Vault Hunters, but
Right. Right.
so I wanted to make my own version, and that really like just really set me off for like looking at Iskel's mod, the Vault mod, and I like started going through their code, and I was like, oh my god, like what if I could just start making my own mod? I have no idea how to do that. But what if I just started doing that? So I started going on YouTube, started looking up tons of different tutorials. And there's super good tutorials out there now. Like
Yeah.
there are tons of tutorials that really can just you I I knew pretty much no Java before coming into programming mods, and
Wow.
now I'm programming in Java.
I'm proud of you. That's
Yeah,
amazing. That takes a
yeah,
lot of determination to learn another
yeah,
like programming language. I
yeah. I've definitely come a long way since I started. Uh, it was a lot of like, I have absolutely no idea what this means. Let me Google it. Let me see if I can try and figure it out. To now I'm just like going through GitHubs and looking through different code and seeing how people are implementing things in different ways.
Oh, that's smart. Yeah.
And that helps immensely. Um, it's great to be able to just like read. Um, like when I started, I went through the create code
Hmm.
probably like 18 different times
Oh my.
in different sections. I was just like trying to understand because they got some complex stuff, and I'm just trying to understand how any of it works.
Yeah.
And um, eventually things started to click, things started to catch on. I'm like, okay, so this is how things work. And once I got to that point, I started you know,
Yeah.
getting really hooked because I was like, I can just constantly make content and, um, make things how I want. And,
Yeah.
you know, like it was exactly what I've been looking for pretty much all my life, which is
Something
great.
I'm so that's so amazing. You found your passion project and you're just going for it. I'm genuinely
Yeah.
proud of you.
Yeah.
And that's
Thank you. It's great.
amazing.
Yeah.
So speaking of, you've talked about a lot of you've talked about create, you've talked about Vol Hunters. Are there any other
Mhm.
projects that have inspired you, or something that you admire greatly, like another mod or even a mod pack?
Yeah. There are a lot of magic mods out there
Yeah.
that have, you know, inspired me greatly, obviously. Like uh, things like Eidolon. Like Eidolon was
Love
a
Eidolon.
huge inspiration at the start. And I even got to meet the developer, and now we talk a lot, and it's
That's so
great. Like
cool.
yeah, we played Minecraft together. Like, it's
Oh,
awesome. Like, yeah, we share ideas. Like, uh, it could get any better. Like,
that's
it's
awesome.
it's honestly great.
That's super cool. Yeah, I love
Yeah.
the fact that the modded community is so like tightly knitted together, and I see it a lot in our Discord with like our development communities that we now have in there for the different mods and stuff like that. And then when like somebody posts a question, usually somebody follows up with something like Tama and like, or you or Dark Arcana, and a lot of other people have contributed, and I think it's so cool that everybody's like helping each other.
Yeah. Yeah, it's really awesome. I love the modded community, like how friendly and nice, and I don't know, it's honestly great. Like I absolutely love it.
It's a very wholesome community.
It
Uh,
really is.
so, how did you go about getting your mod discovered? I know that Arcana actually featured it in SMT. It was one of the first mods that he found for that mod pack. And what's some of the other ways that you've helped boost your popularity for this mod, because you just like blew up?
Yeah, so I tried very hard working on YouTube videos and making Reddit posts. Whenever I build up and put out an update, I make sure that I have enough going around to see that, this update's happening, or, that something possibly new and, you know,
Yep.
like the book
The
might
book.
come out and be something completely new and
I'm so excited
uh,
for this book.
change the whole world of books.
I hope so. That would be exciting. I know it was featured in like ATM Spellbound, as well as ATM 6 and 7.
Yep.
What other?
Yep.
Oh, Medieval Minecraft.
Medieval Minecraft. There's a couple other ones out there. But it just started blowing up when people started, getting the feel for it and seeing that. I think the biggest thing that helped me out was probably making my mod as aesthetic as possible.
It's very cute.
Um, yeah, I try to make it look as cute and cuddly and cozy as possible.
Cute, cuddly, and
Even
cozy.
though there's gonna be some dark sides to it eventually. It's still gonna be cute and cuddly in those dark sides.
It's gonna be evil, but you want to cuddle it. It's
Exactly.
perfect.
Exactly. Uh,
Uh, have you always been into magical mods and like playing with
I
magic mods?
actually I haven't. Um, when I
Scandalous.
started, I was huge into tech mods. I thought they were like so cool, like obviously I like just got into modded and I like didn't know about, energy and all of that stuff. So once I
Right.
got into energy and, making a computer and putting all your items in one space, I
Oh.
was like, this is incredible. So yeah, so I was like really into tech mods at first, and I'm a techie guy, so I was like, this stuff is pretty cool. But
Fair.
when I started making my mod, it was kind of the opposite, where I kind of just like leaned into magic mods. It just kind of happened,
Mhm.
and I went from there, and I loved every single bit of it. From researching for hours and hours about, Wiccans and witches in their historical facts, and different lores about them, and like it was so much fun just like learning about all of this stuff, and being able to apply it in um, you know, the ways that I see it.
Yeah, definitely. You definitely have shown a lot of love into this. And so that brings me to my next question. What inspired you to go from like techie to magic? How did that transpire for Hexerei? Or Hexerei,
Um,
sorry.
it really just kind of happened. I mean, it went from me wanting to make a mod following Cowp and Joe's tutorials, um just like going step by step, learning how to make a block, how to make it so it has different hitboxes. And once I got the hitboxes, I was so excited. I was like, oh my god, I have to remember how to do this for every block because this is so cool. I can stand inside of a cylinder.
That's so awesome. That's amazing. Oh, I love this idea. Absolutely love this idea. Uh,
Yeah.
like, I'm in the block. It's mine.
Yeah, exactly. Like, this is my block and I'm inside of it. Let's go. So, I pretty much just randomly got into the magic stuff by kind of just the way I got into the tutorials, the way I started making my blocks when I first started modding. And it just kind of happened where I made a cylinder. I was
Mhm.
able to I was able to stand in it, giving it a hitbox,
Yes.
and I was freaking out excited. And like simple things like that I got, overly excited about. And then, I started to make it into the cauldron. So I looked into like the Minecraft code and looked how they did the cauldron and how they interacted with, putting liquids in it. So I figured out how to do that,
Mhm.
added that to my, cylinder. and
Cylinder.
then and then it eventually started to take shape into a cauldron. And then I was like, okay, maybe I can add some more stuff to this. So I started going down into more tutorials, and I was like, okay, let's do a crafting recipe in this. And then I was like, okay, now let's try to make it so the crafting recipe can display its items when they're spinning around and making the recipe. And so everything, it was just kind of like step by step.
Mhm.
And then I eventually made this cauldron, and I was like, this is kind of cool. I really like this. It's got the particles, it's got the flames going. It can spin and make the recipe or whatever. And I was
Yeah.
like, okay, okay. So this is kind of witchy. What if I make something else that's kind of witchy? So I started, I looked through a bunch of images on Google, and I was like, witch huts, like all different things. Like,
Yes.
let me look. What do they have in their huts? Like, so I started going around and looking at different things, and there's obviously tons and tons of candles around. So I was like, okay, let me make some candles.
Mhm.
Um, but I wanted to throw my flair onto it, so I was like, what if I made it so you could replace the candles and have two different colors in one block, and then you can mix and match them. You can have three different candles, you can have four different candles, whatever you want. Um, so I just was like, let me try and see if I could do this. Um, and eventually I got it to work. So um, I had it set up in a way where the candles could actually be moved around. So I was like, what if I had it so the candles could float around something? So I made it so they actually could levitate around my altar in like a really cool fashion. I was like, okay, this is so cool. And I was hooked from then on. I was like, okay, I'm just gonna make stuff, and I'm gonna love it.
Yeah, as soon as I discovered that the candles floated, I was like, "Oh my god, it's like old school magic, like in
Yeah.
Craft." And I was like all
Yeah.
excited. I was like, "Oh, I just absolutely loved the floating candles." I was like pumped
Yeah.
again. I was like, "I've missed my
Yes.
candles and just putting them everywhere like an idiot." But yeah.
Yep, yep. I'm excited to work on those again. That's actually going to be probably the next thing I'm going to be working on after the book,
Mhm.
which is the candles again.
Ooh, going back to
So that's going to
candles.
be exciting. Yeah,
Very nice, very nice. And you also have critters. You got your
I do
crows.
have critters. We do have crows, and these crows are actually quite exciting. I've worked on these for I think it was like a month or two. It
Yeah.
was a while. So I tried to add as much detailing and customability as possible to your crows so you can really feel connected to them like it's your familiar. Um, So, I added things from like you can dye them, giving them little bandanas that are colored. You can rename them, and if you rename them specially, the bandanas will actually, color change just like everything else color changes if you rename it. Um, and then, there's some hidden special names too. Where if they hold an item, they can get some special effects. It's only cosmetic, so there's no like special benefits to knowing these names, but
Secret names,
it
secret
does
Easter egg
exist.
names. Ooh.
Secret Easter eggs.
Can I take a stab at one?
Yeah,
Edgar Allan Poe.
that would be an amazing one. I have been like recommended to do
Should.
a name like that.
It'd be a
But
good idea.
no. This one's actually not related to crows at all.
Fair.
The one that
Ooh.
gives special effects. It's
Okay.
related to an item that still exists in my mod that probably shouldn't exist in my mod because it's not witch related.
I mean, everybody's gotta have those one-offs, right?
Yep, exactly. And one of my community members gave me this idea too, so I left it in there and then I made the effect happen because I thought it would be a fun, challenge to learn how to do. Got it to work and
It's just a magical Easter egg. I love
yep,
this.
yep.
Absolutely love it. I love the idea of this. So let's get into the book a little bit because you've been posting this all over the place.
Yes.
And I
I
have
have been
some
working on this for a while.
pictures. Let me pull up the pictures here. I have a bunch of screens, so we're gonna try something new here today, chat. So we're gonna do some screen action in the corner here. So I'm gonna accidentally hit the wrong button, which is totally fine. And so this is the book. And you've been working on this for how long now?
I would say about 2 months.
Mm-hmm.
Uh, just about 2 months. So yeah, this book has been all I've been thinking about. Um, it's all I can think about until it's done. Uh, and it's my heart and soul right now, and I think it really shows it.
It really does.
I really loved working on this, and it was definitely the biggest challenge I've ever had. Um, and making it so the player can click the buttons on the book.
Mhm.
That was so challenging. Like, it seems like such a simple thing, but holy crap, was that challenging. And then from turning the pages to making it look like the pages um turn super nicely, like it folds the other pages behind it
Mhm.
down some more, and then all the words and images go with the pages, and it's so many layers and layers of things that are happening on top of each other to get this book to work. And honestly, it's a miracle I got it to work.
I think it looks amazing for everything that you've done with it, and I'm so excited to see it in action. And
Yeah, yeah. I think it's honestly gonna be a game changer. It feels incredible to use. Like, I know I'm tooting my own horn here, but like it seriously, when I got to use the Schools of Magic mod
mhm.
book, where that's kind of what inspired me to
I
make my
love
own
that
book
book.
like this.
Yeah.
Where you can place it on an altar and then it displays it in game and you can interact with it. And I was like, holy crap, I need to do this. I need to do something like this. This is insane. This is a game changer. And yeah. And so, I wanted to do it myself, but it obviously, like, I had the book in there since, 116 and
Mhm.
whatnot. And you can see in the back of my image that the pages don't have anything on there.
Yeah,
Um,
the older
and
versions.
yeah, so it's been there for a while. It's been sinking in my head that I want to do the book exactly like this. I'm going to do the book like this, and then once I figured out, how to draw elements and I actually got it to work properly, and then I got the lighting to work properly, and I
Oh
was like,
yeah.
okay, I think I can finally do this. So, I just been working on it constantly until it's done, and we're almost there. It's very close to being released. So,
So,
um, that's super
sorry.
cool.
Go ahead.
Yeah, no, I'm done.
Oh, okay. Sorry. I didn't mean to cut you off or anything. So, you talked about this a little bit, but are you going to include it in the mod as a whole, or is it going to be an add-on mod itself?
So yeah, I'm actually going to try to make this into an API so people can, developers can use this in their own code,
Oh,
to
cool.
make their own kind of books, and however they want, in terms of how my book functions. So yeah, I think that will be awesome. Like being able to I guess compete with something like patchouli is something I never thought about happening.
That would be kind of fun and also terrifying to go up
Yeah.
against.
Yeah, exactly. Exactly.
It's a good goal though, honestly. Like hit
Yeah.
swing big. Swing big.
Yeah,
I think this
exactly.
I think this book can definitely do that. So,
Yeah,
um
yeah.
we've talked about the crows and we've talked about the book and we've talked about a couple other little things. What are some of your favorite like personal touches in the mod itself?
Well, I mean, I've obviously been working on it for the past 2 months.
It's got to be
I
the book.
absolutely adore the book. I I can't get enough of it. It's incredible. But I think the runner up is probably the crow.
The
I think
crow.
being able to customize them as much as possible, being able to throw hats on them, getting them to harvest your crops for you, to put them in little coffers, to go and even pickpocket villagers, which is a new kind of thing that I'm uh, you know,
Yeah,
trying to work with, and I think it honestly works pretty great. Like I've been playing it in survival in a couple mod packs, and it works great. Throwing up a librarian, getting your crow to pickpocket him every so often. Maybe get a mending book when you come back to your base. You're like, oh, okay,
you're like, oh, okay, thanks, buddy. Look at what you did for
crow
me. Good
buddy.
boy.
It's awesome. and being and having these crows, like being able to pickpocket all the different kinds of villagers, getting different drops from each of them,
Hmm.
and it allows like mod pack devs to make their own drops if they want to as well, for like custom other villagers that exist in other mods that I don't have compatibility for.
Yeah. Yeah,
So
absolutely.
that's super nice.
Yeah, for sure. So, let's see here. What about the crows and like any future animals? That's gonna stay within the main mod, correct?
Yes, so all of the little critters in my mod will stay within the mod itself because I want them to all interact with things within the mod um, quite flawlessly. So I, I want to have that customization within, you know, the creature itself. So like how the crow interacts with the coffers, being able to take items that are, matched that are within the coffer and bring it over to the coffer.
Yeah.
Or if, the crow has its perch located on the coffer, it'll actually look for any item in the area and put it into the coffers. So, you know, it's super useful having, the little buddies around.
Yeah, they're looking out for you. They're getting the
Yeah,
shinies for you. They're perfect.
exactly. And speaking of the shinies,
Ooh.
this was actually a recommendation from my community. The way to breed them is you actually give them a golden nugget, and it flies over to another uh, crow, and they bend over and they hand over the golden nugget to the other one, and then that's how they breed.
They become
It's
buddies.
super cute.
Buddies over their little golden nuggies. I love it.
Little golden nuggies.
So what is a way that a mod pack has used your mod that you liked? Is there
Um,
anyone out there that you
I'm
can think of?
actually I'm actually not sure yet. If there's mods out there that use my recipes in certain ways.
Mhm.
Um, changing the recipes, changing how certain things works in my configs, or whatever. I definitely want to see that.
Yeah.
If there is, people out there creating these recipes and whatever. I want to see it. Come to my Discord, show me.
Yeah,
Like,
come
I
join our
absolutely
Discord.
love that stuff.
Your community is so active in your Discord, and
Yeah,
like,
it's awesome. I absolutely love it.
yeah, you have a very good community. It's kind of
Yeah.
amazing.
Yeah. I catered to them. I try to be the person who I am. I try to be a nice person, try to, welcome everyone. Um, you know, like I try to be chatty, I keep up conversations. I love when people give me suggestions. Like, a lot of mod devs kind of see it as, I don't know, pushy in a way or whatever.
Yeah.
But I see it, in a way that could develop the mod in a better way. It's someone sees that this could make it better, and if it makes it better in their eyes, who else's eyes could it make it better? And how could I further, make that better
Yeah. Absolutely.
from their idea?
Yeah. Yeah, you can definitely like pick and pull and then like kind of
Exactly.
yeah, twist and make it your own definitely for
Yep.
sure.
Always throw your flair into it.
Exactly. So, let's talk about the future a little bit. So like what are some of the current plans you have outlined and like working towards in the mod? Now, last night you worked until early hours on these new
Yeah,
glasses.
I think it was like 8 a.m. when I went to sleep, probably.
Oh no.
So it was well worth it. The glasses are super cute.
They're really cute.
They're um and it's super easy for me to be able to design more glasses too, and give different effects to them and all of that. So I think, like, being able to create that customability is super nice. And that's honestly like what my community loves most, is like being able to customize as much as possible and make it really your own. Um, is what they love, and like, honestly, I love that too. So I'm gonna
Yeah.
keep striving for that for sure.
It's a good goal to keep striving for and
Yeah,
like
absolutely.
there's so many different things that you can do and you can add. What about like any possible like future critters or anything like that?
So, yeah, I actually do have plans for more familiars. Just like how the crow interacts with the coffers, I do want more critters to interact with other things. Maybe something interacting with the mixing cauldron, maybe,
Oh.
something interacting with the drying rack, things like that. Or, something that doesn't interact with the mod stuff at all, and more is just kind of like a combat familiar or something like that. I definitely do want to make more familiars. I do have plans for owls. I do have plans for cats. Um, so, and and there's definitely gonna be more. I probably plan on doing some sort of like frog or toad thing,
Oh, that'd be
with
great.
the wild update. So that'll be fun.
That'll definitely be fun. You can have like a frog
Yeah,
buddy. Maybe he
yeah,
he just sits there and looks cute. Honestly.
exactly, exactly. That's all you need. That's all you need. Maybe I could do, use the way that they eat little magma cubes, but I could also have them eat, different things and make
Ooh.
certain blocks or whatever.
Yeah, they
You know,
can they can definitely do some magical stuff. I can see that.
yeah. But yeah, besides just familiars, I definitely have plans for even more mobs. Not just mobs that you can, uh, befriend and have a familiar of, but like mobs that you can interact with, like the Coven Witches. And
Yes.
that is, I think, going to be like a huge, huge, huge part of this mod. So that's what I've been taking my time. I've been,
Yeah.
learning. Um, that's why I wanted to make the crow first. I wanted to make sure I know how to do um, entities well
Yeah.
enough. And I'm probably gonna tackle another entity before I tackle the coven, which is because I want to make sure that they are perfect, pristine. Um, and I also want to have it so they give, quests or, tasks or something that you can increase your reputation with them with. And that will allow you to increase your reputation enough to possibly even join the coven, giving you access to even more, abilities, spells, access to their resources,
Mhm.
stuff like that. So I think that'll be super exciting to work on and, take on. So yeah, I'm super excited for the Coven Witches. Like honestly, I think that is going to be a super core part of this mod.
That would be
I'm
cool.
super excited for it.
Yeah,
Yeah.
like have questing and like different witch factions and
Yep.
stuff.
And not just the one coven that's out there now. There's going to be multiple different covens. So the coven that's out there now is actually the dark coven. So it doesn't look very dark right now. Once I start building up the covens, it'll get a little spookier probably. Um,
Oh, okay.
so, but the other covens, I'll give a little sneak peek. There's definitely going to be a nature coven, and then
Like
there's going to be
druids?
yep,
Ooh,
and then
okay.
there's going to be a spiritual coven. So, we've talked about this through my community a lot. We've come up with so many different ideas for this. Um, and once I start tackling it, I'm gonna go back through these ideas for sure and like really kind of build on them more.
Yeah.
And not only is are these covens going to have just their main nature or whatever, there's also going to be little offshoots where you can have, like tree branches of specialties in those. Like there's going to be special like mycelial witches, which is, to do with mushrooms.
That'd be so cute. I love this idea.
So to do with the mushroom hat, that's given a little sneak peek at that. And a lot of people absolutely love that. And I do too. Like I can't wait to start building the nature coven. I think that one's gonna be so much fun to build. Moss everywhere, little mushroom houses. It's gonna be so much fun.
That'd be really cool. I'm excited. I'm excited to hear about that.
Yeah.
Um so yeah, I'm going to ask you the hardest question here.
hmm
How has your experience been with Akliz so far?
Um, it's been great, honestly. Like, not only has it helped, um, like get me to connect with other developers. It's like these developers are actually like actively helping me if I'm asking questions to like get help. It's definitely increasing my ability to produce this mod and really make it what I want it to be.
Very nice. I'm happy to hear that. I'm glad that the dev community has been like so strong and like very
Yeah.
active in Akliz Discord,
Yeah,
and
absolutely.
it's really really cool to like see everybody work on that and like work
Yeah,
together. It
watch their things grow.
Yeah. And
Yeah, it's really cool.
but thank you for saying that. Those were nice words about us.
For sure.
So what does the future hold for you and for your mods?
Um, I mean, it's I'm just gonna be working on Hexerei. That's pretty much it. Um, Probably gonna be working on the book API mod as well. Once I kind of finalize the book. Um, and yeah, I just kind of want to work on this mod. I'm having an absolute blast working on it. Like it's kind of been like a dream of mine, honestly.
Mm-hmm.
And uh, yeah, I think I'm just gonna keep working on it until till I can't anymore, I guess.
Fair, fair. No, I think that's a good goal.
Yeah.
You could definitely tell you put a lot of passion into this, and like
Yeah.
you are eat, breathe, and sleeping all things magical.
Yeah. Yep.
I'm excited. I'm excited to see what you're gonna do, Joe. Honestly.
Yeah, absolutely. It's
Uh,
it's been a ride for sure.
yeah, for sure. For surezies. If any of
Mhm.
you guys in chat have any questions, this is when we normally do the Q&A. I know my internet kind of messed things up, so I'm very sorry. I'm gonna go scream at them after this, but I digress. I know. One of our coworkers here, Mike, he said there's a shrink mod, but it's tech based. Any possibility of adding a shrink feature to your mod?
Um, I would absolutely love that, honestly. Um,
Like a shrinking potion?
yeah, like a little shrinking potion or like a shrinking ritual or something like that.
Ooh,
I think that
okay.
would be, I think that would be awesome.
What if you
I
made
think it,
it?
I think it would fit right in.
What if you made it like a tiny clan of like coven of witches, and they're just all tiny?
little little baby witches coven. I would love that. Or like your little tiny crow army.
Yeah, that'd be really cute. um, Arcana asks, the crows remind me of the rat mod. What sort of functionality will you add to the crows or other familiars that you're automating in certain tasks in a magical way?
So yeah, the rights mod kind of inspired me on the crows a bit. I loved how they're able to do, whatever they want, dependent on, the commands that they're given. And I wanted to do something similar with the crow. Um, and I wanted to limit it so it's, not able to do everything for you.
Right.
Um, and you'll have to go out and you'll have to find those other familiars to be able to do these other automating tasks for you. So for right now, the crows will just be doing their set abilities. Um, but there is an extra slot that is in the crows right now, and that slot's going to be for like extra uh, like magical I don't know, offhanded stuff. I don't
Like a
it,
backpack?
it it's kind of up in the air right now. It's more of like a charm. Like
Oh,
um
okay.
yeah, so it's like a trinket slot in terms of it gives your crow a special ability beyond the abilities it already has.
So it would be like you're giving your crow an extra shiny to go find more
An
shinies, sort of thing.
extra shiny to go find more shinies, indeed.
Oh my god, that'd be so cute. I love
Yep.
it.
And And of course, all of these are going to be rendering on the crow to make it so it, you can have your specialized crow for you, and whatnot. So yeah, that'll
Okay.
be fun.
I like that. I like that. So we didn't talk too much about the quests, but what about implementing quests in like with the covens and stuff?
Yeah, so um I don't really have much plans for the quests right now.
Mhm.
It's more kind of like an idea, but we have talked about it a little bit in my community, in things that you would do. They would probably be more of like simple quests, like just go collect these certain herbs for me.
Mhm.
Um, go kill and retrieve this thing's heart or whatever. And if you have this quest, killing this thing will always drop, a heart or whatever.
Oh,
And,
okay.
you know, like things like that, I think will be kind of cool. Um, so, like, they give you tasks to complete a ritual, go collect, all of these pieces so they can do their ritual. Building your reputation, things like that, I think will be kind of neat.
That would definitely be very neat. Let's see. We have another one here. Have you thought about making statues or trophies or any kind of like decorations for your familiars to make your base look more like charming or anything like that?
Um, yeah, I absolutely love decorations. I'm like a builder at heart.
Me too.
even though even though I'm like a red stoner really at heart. Um,
Fair.
I've worked up to being a builder at heart. Like I absolutely love building. It it's honestly so great being able to see like my villages just kind of come to life, and being able to use these like set puzzle pieces basically to randomly generate these villages, which is so cool to me. Like uh I think it's crazy being able to randomly generate your structures like that.
Yeah.
And I definitely have some ideas for more covens and even more non-coven related structures as well, which my community has talked about as well for
Ooh, okay.
um witch hunters.
Oh, that'd be a good idea.
So yeah, so there might be, kind of how there is like in certain mods like the extra pillager outposts and stuff that they add.
Yeah.
It might be kind of like a witch hunter castle or, camp or something like that. That will go out, and if you're affiliated with a coven, they'll, probably automatically start attacking you.
Come bully
Um,
you.
yeah, they'll come bully you.
Beat you up.
So, yeah. So, the mod devs gotta bully the player every once in a while.
It is to be expected.
Yeah.
So new decorations, new stuff, new structures planned. You have so much stuff planned. I'm so
Yeah,
excited.
it's an endless list of things that I want to do.
Fair. Lucy, Lucy NY the witch. Sorry if I'm saying your name wrong. They asked, are there any specific features up and coming for cats? Can you spoil this?
I actually haven't had any like solid features like I'm going to do this for the cat yet.
Mm-hmm.
I haven't, come up with anything yet. If someone gives me an idea, I'm sure to listen to it. But nothing concrete for the cats yet. It's just kind of like I want to do a cat familiar.
Maybe he'll just be annoying and yell at you.
Yeah,
Eat all your food.
yeah.
Cough
Maybe
up
they'll maybe
hairballs.
they'll maybe they'll fish for you.
Oh, that'd be
That would
cute.
be kind of that would be kind of cool.
I mean, cats actually bring stuff back to you if you have an outdoor cat and they
Yeah,
bring you
yeah.
kill.
If maybe if you're hungry,
Oh,
the your cat will see if you're hungry enough, and it'll go fish for you and go bring you a little food.
it thinks you're a bad hunter. It's fine.
Yeah, it's fine. It's fine.
It's fine. I got you.
Your cat just thinks you're terrible at surviving.
He's like, God, my human. He's just so dumb. Why isn't he eating?
Just eat this fish already.
It's like half eaten. I love this. Okay, so you've mentioned catering to your community. Can you tell us a few
Mhm.
things that you've added that people have specifically requested that you're proud of?
Um, I would say the broom keychain
Mm.
I really adore. Um, I think it's super cute. Um, what else have they recommended that I really like? Um, I mean the glasses. I obviously really adore the glasses. Like, yeah, that one was like strictly from my community, and
Yeah.
they were like, what if, we play on a lower resolution or something? I was like, well, let's come up with an idea to try and solve this. And they were like, what if we make some sort of glasses or something that you could wear or use, kind of like the spyglass.
I
Uh,
like this. Yes.
yeah, so you can hold the glasses and you can use it like how the spyglass uses it, and that's why you see like my hat's still on, but I'm wearing the glasses.
Mhm.
Or you can actually put on the glasses on your head slot, and then it'll allow you to use a keybind, which you can stay zoomed in. It's a toggle keybind, so you can just press it once
Oh,
and stay zoomed in, so you don't have to hold right click, and you can still like interact with the book and everything.
I like that. I like that for
Yeah.
people who need glasses like myself.
Yeah. Yes, exactly. And then, I also made it so it's very simple to make, more glasses or customizable glasses or something like that. So, if my community wants a specific style of glasses, I can easily make that, or, something like that,
Mhm. Yeah,
which I
I
think is super cool.
that'd be cool. Different perks maybe for different kinds of glasses. That might be kind of
Exactly,
interesting.
exactly. Yep.
Okay. So will you make it possible to hold the book in your hand and you can carry it with you and use it without placing it? I love being around in the world, but sometimes you need to pull out your book to reference what you're going on about.
Um, yes and no. Um, you can actually pick up the book, and it will leave off. It will stay open and leave off on the page that you picked it up on. So, you're not actually able to turn the page right now, because I haven't really made the animation for turning the pages while the book's in your hand. Um, it's a little bit harder to do that because just the way the game works,
Yeah.
and how I'm using it in my current way, I guess. But right now, you're able to pick up the book, and you can actually still read all of the elements that are on the both of the pages that it's open to.
Mhm.
And the same goes for if you picked it up while it's closed. You'll like pick it up and you'll tuck it in between your arm and your side, so it looks like you're holding the book like how you would hold a book. And it also shows all the little bookmarks sticking out of the book, for where you have your bookmarks marked as well, which I think is super cute.
Yeah, you got the different colors and then you got the ones on the top and the sides.
Yep, you can move your bookmarks around to wherever you want, customize it, color it however you want, based off the dye colors. Uh, yeah, I think it's great.
I think it's pretty. It's really
Yeah,
unique. Um
yeah,
you didn't
it's definitely something new.
Okay. Yeah. Yeah. No, I'm so pumped to play with this book, honestly.
Yeah. And another thing that I want to do with the book
Mhm.
is not just have it so it's kind of the guidebook, but it's also going to be um, like the spell book. It's going to be
Mm.
where you do your rituals, so it's not only going to be explaining those rituals, but like in witchcraft, where you have your grimoire opened up on your page,
Yeah.
that you're reading off, whatnot. You have that opened up next to you while you're doing your kind of ritual, and um, I don't know. I want to give the whole feeling like you're you are the witch. You're the one doing the work. You're the one casting the spell, doing the ritual, I want you to feel as immersed as possible.
Yeah. No, that's really cool. So, speaking of spells and a spell book, what kind of spells do you have planned?
Um, that is a good question. I have had this on my mind for the entire mod, and I still don't know. Um, I do definitely want to have it interact with things in my mod, like how my crows interact with my mod, like how I want my familiars to interact with my mod. I definitely want my spells to do the same, like making the candles float around you while you're casting certain spells that need that to happen, because that is a possibility. I can have the candles float around the player if I want them to,
That'd be neat.
which is super cool. So I've been, thinking about how I want things to interact, like um, in my mod. So I think it's gonna be something definitely exciting, but am gonna need more time to think about how I want to actually produce these spells and how I want the player to go about in like spending whatever resources is required for them and
Right.
everything.
Right. Yeah. No, absolutely. So, with all these plans that you have a ton of plans for
Yeah,
this
so many
mod.
plans.
Do you think you will have do you think you'll have anybody join you to help with development?
Um, Honestly, probably not. For the main cause of this was originally like a challenge for myself, I
Okay.
guess. And I kind of want to keep it that way in the same way that the other challenge is to not use any external libraries besides something like JEI,
Oh wow,
which is
okay.
kind of necessary.
Yeah.
So I'm not using any animating libraries. I'm not using any sort of libraries. So you can use this completely dependent free. You don't even need JEI. It's just kind of an option. But yeah, I think it was kind of key to me learning how to develop this mod. Honestly, being able to do everything completely from scratch has helped me learn so much about the core mechanics of how Minecraft works and how Java works, I guess. And
Fair.
so yeah, yeah. So it was
That's
an
absolutely
interesting journey.
crazy. I did not realize that you weren't using like any like assistant with the animations cuz
Yep,
that's a
I
lot of
do.
work, Joe.
Yep, yep. All the animations of the book are completely done by hand, by math.
Damn.
Eh, So is everything else, but yeah.
Okay, I'm
Yeah, it's
impressed.
crazy.
That's
It's crazy.
crazy.
Yeah,
Wow. Okay.
yeah.
Okay.
So yeah, big challenge, but it's definitely worth it. Like I've learned, I've learned so much over the past, I don't know, 10 months. I've been working on this mod
Yeah.
nearly, um, and yeah, it's been an amazing journey, honestly. Even though I started from nothing, I knew nothing about modding, I knew nothing about Java, and I just kind of dove headfirst.
Yeah.
And I didn't program anything for like 7 years either. Like it's been a long time since I touched programming. So, it was just kind of something I just wanted to do, and here I am.
Wow, that's yeah, you literally dove headfirst into this and it's
Yep, exactly.
giving it your all. So,
Yeah.
I have another question here. What sets your broom apart from other modeled brooms like in Evilcraft? Do you have any other planned functions for the broom? Like
Oh
adding
yeah. Um,
storage or anything like that?
there there is storage currently.
Oh, okay.
So you actually can customize them with the broom keychain.
Mhm.
You can add a bunch of different items in the mystic slot. Then there's a satchels slot where you can add um, 9, 18, or 27 extra slots,
Oh, nice.
dependent on how big the satchel is. And then you make those in the mixing cauldron and everything. And then you can also switch out your broom brush as well, which you will need to do to fuel your broom. And that's how it flies and everything. So, and it does have durability. So once it breaks, your broom will fall to the ground. So you got to keep an eye on that, and you got to make sure that you have, extra broom brushes with you. You got to swap them out, which I think is like super cool.
Yeah.
And it also shows while you're holding the item, it shows, the actual satchels and everything connected to them. It'll show your little keychain if you have one. And the keychain even sways around depending on how you move on your broom or if you're holding it in your hand. If you like turn and move around, the little keychain will sway around, which, I spent like a couple days on that just just because I was like, I think it would be cute if you could just see it sway a little bit.
It's gotta
So
be
it's
cute.
just,
It's gotta be cuddly.
it's gotta be cute.
It's gotta be
I
cute.
need my polish and it's gotta be cute.
It's gotta be cute. That's a good bar to set,
Yep,
honestly.
yep, exactly. Exactly.
um will you make any like coven equipment sets so you can like basically cosplay as the coven or basically really
Yeah.
immerse yourself?
Um yeah, so they're gonna have their own outfits as well. And you can acquire these outfits. So there's certain vendors will have their specific outfits and you'll even be able to acquire those as well. Um, so yeah, I want to have it as customizable as possible. And, that means getting all the armor pieces that all the different NPCs are wearing, um, and, casting all the spells that they're casting and, everything like that.
Yeah. That'd be really cool. I like the idea of that. You get to show your flair for your coven.
Yeah, absolutely.
Let's see here. We got a couple more. Making magic books in other mods usually require some kind of ritual. Like in the Minecraft, for example, you need some kind of dust and the wand. Do you have any plans for a customized ritual for your book?
Yeah, so there are plans for the customized rituals. Um, I am like constantly looking up different lore, different symbols, all sorts of things that I could potentially add to the mod to use in, sorts of rituals or whatever. I think it's yeah, I, I don't know. I think it's just something that's gonna happen eventually. Um,
It's in the works.
by
It's in the works.
yeah,
It's
it's in
in
the
the
works.
long list.
It's in the long, long list of things that I'm gonna do
Abs-
eventually.
Eventually, you'll get there. This is a
Yeah,
challenge for you. I
yeah,
believe in you.
exactly, exactly.
We got another one here. No one asked about the crystal ball yet. So, what's the crystal ball, and what's the
Ah,
plan
yes,
for this?
soon TM. Yeah, so the crystal ball, I do have some ideas. I think one of the best ideas so far is something like which will be used in other sorts of magic as well, is obtaining, a player's blood in some way and using that to scry upon them. So, it'll move the camera over to the other player, zoom out maybe above them or give it through their eyes or something like
Ooh,
that,
okay.
where you can see where that player is. And then there was also ideas for like using it to infuse stuff, like you put it in the crystal ball and you use it, in some ritual, um, something like that. There isn't really concrete ideas for it yet, but that's the general idea, I think, of what I want to do with it so far. It was more just kind of like a decoration item at first, but I definitely do want to do something with it.
Okay. That'd be cool. I mean, you still can have cute decorations, obviously.
Yeah.
It's
Yeah,
always nice when they
definitely.
have a little bit of a function.
Yeah. Yeah, definitely.
I think we got one more question here, and
Okay.
I think that's it. So, what is the armor scrap be to be used for?
Uh, That's actually not gonna be used for anything. Um, I'm probably going to remove it, honestly.
Okay.
It was originally the mod I was going to make was just going to be a bunch of different armor sets.
Oh, okay.
And now it's a magic mod. So
Magic.
that's why actually in 116 there are some like hidden armor sets that you can like acquire, but they
Oh.
no longer exist in the later version. And then that's also why the Warhammer was in there.
Oh,
It was
okay.
more of just, me learning how to make mods. And then I got hooked on actually making a real mod.
That's fair. I mean, you can always
Yeah.
have like like Warhammer style of Coven of Witches. It might be
Exact,
kind of funny.
exact, exact. I have a little warrior tribe of coven witches.
That would actually be really funny.
That would be pretty awesome.
uh, all right, we got another one here. Will there be any more uses of the selenite gems? Am I saying that right?
Yeah, so selenite, I
Selenite.
think. Um so the selenite gems will actually be used more. They have like I have an idea of making like kind of a trapping circle
Ooh.
with crystals where you set up like a square of crystals and anything that walks inside of it can't get outside of the square, something like that, has kind of been the idea I've been thinking about, but I'm not really sure how to implement that yet, so I haven't really gone about it. Um, but I definitely have more ideas for the uses of gems, and there are going to be more gems as well. So along with just the selenite crystals, there's going to be other crystals that you can acquire to use in rituals or spells, or just in protection around your house or whatever in general.
I think that'd be really neat. You can protect you from
Yeah.
maybe the witch hunters or like kaiju sort of
Yeah,
deal.
maybe it's anything inside of the crystal area doesn't allow the witch hunters to see, so they just kind of walk past it.
Yeah. Yeah,
That would be
fair.
pretty cool.
That would actually be kind of neat. You put yourself in like
Yeah,
a little bubble.
yeah, the little protection bubble. Yeah, that would be
Fair.
really cool.
Okay, I got another question, and I don't mean to rush you, Potions.
Yep.
Asked, when is the next update?
The next update. Whenever the book is done. Soon TM.
Soon TM. That's a good answer, honestly, for everything, right? Like you're just
Yeah,
like
yeah. Whenever it's done so soon.
whenever it's done so soon. All right. Let's see. I'm gonna grab this last one and then we'll call it here.
Sounds good.
What will the mindful trace blend be used for?
So, the different kind of blends are actually going to be used for the candles. And
Oh.
yeah, so that's going to be how you make the different effects on each of the different candles. So you're going to be crushing up the different herbs within your pestle and mortar to make the different blends. And then you infuse it within your candle, and then your candle can actually give effects while it's lit in the area. So that'll be kind of cool.
Yeah. That'd be neat. Another one here. What about the let's see. What's the inspiration behind the blood sigils?
The inspiration behind the blood sigil was actually the blood sigil from Full Metal Alchemy. So it's another Easter egg thing in there. So whenever you put the sigil inside of the coffers, it actually shows the sigil from
Full
Full
metal.
Metal Alchemy. Yeah. I thought that was cool. Some people have come to me and they're like, "Holy crap, is this the sigil from Full Metal Alchemy?" I'm like, "Oh my god!"
You find your
It's
weeb
great
people.
when people find the Easter eggs and they message me. I'm like, "Yes."
You're like, yes, it's been a good day.
Exactly.
Okay, so I think that's all the questions we have for you today. Joe, thank you so
Sounds
much.
good.
For,
Absolutely.
thank you so much. I genuinely appreciate you doing this. And everybody in chat, if you have any more questions, please feel free to join Joe's Discord, and you can bug him there. You can also help inspire more things in the mod because you're very receptive and open to like changes from the
Yes.
community, so that's always
Absolutely.
nice to hear. But thank you guys, thank you everybody for being here today, and we'll see you guys soon. Okay,
Yeah, thanks for coming, guys.
thank you guys for coming, we do appreciate it. You guys have a lovely evening. Thanks again for watching, and thank you so much, Joe, for letting me get to pick your brain and talk about all things in your magic mod and the amazing future that holds for Hexerei. I'm really excited to see where it goes, as well as many others in your community. If you're a mod pack developer or mod developer and you would like to be interviewed, please contact me in the Akliz Discord down below, and let's have a serious or not so serious conversation about your mod or mod pack. If you've made it this far, please consider subscribing to our channel, as we do plan on putting out more content like this in the future. And thanks again for everybody that joined us.